have you heard, for the last couple of weeks, we've been getting information from various American sources that there is an audio tape of Donald Trump admitting to crimes, including showing declassified secret intelligence documents to people who don't have the clearance to see them. We've been saying for a few weeks, well, actually, this is what's being reported, and I guess we're going to hear the audio once it goes to court. Well, CNN has got their hands on a copy of the audio. So we can now hear it for ourselves as to what Donald Trump actually said. Now, what I should have done was I should have actually had a clip here. If I was a better broadcaster, I would have, about what Donald Trump said in defense with his conversation with Bret Baier, but I can synopsize it for you. Donald Trump says it wasn't a piece of paper. It was like a group. It wasn't like a single document. It was a group of papers. That was what he was talking about. Like there was boxes and it was including golf shirts and all sorts. So he played it to Bret Baier as if it wasn't like a document. What are you talking about? What it was a bunch of boxes, was a bunch of papers in them, including golf shirts and stuff. That's how Donald Trump responded to this with Bret Baier. We have the audio now, so we can, as that very fair network says, Fox News, decide for ourselves. What do they say? Fair and balanced? We something, you decide. We wank, you decide. It's something like that. I can't quite remember what it was. So let's just have a listen. And this is, for those of you who are watching rather than listening, let's have a listen. And you've got the words come up on it as well. Graphics coming up. So you can follow along like an old children's book. And when it goes bring, you turn the page. So let's have a listen to what Donald Trump actually said. This is the audio that's been reported on that was going to be at the trial, or whatever happens with the legal system. We can now hear it because CNN has a copy of it.
You have obtained what is expected to be a central piece of the government's case against Donald Trump. The actual audio recording of the former president talking as if he's showing a highly classified document on U.S. war plans against Iran with people
not a document, golf shirts, boxes, papers, according to Donald Trump. Just remember that.
Not clear to even know it exists, let alone what's in it. In a moment, only on CNN, you will hear what jurors will hear one day. The recording was made 2 summers ago, July 2021, at the former president's club in Bedminster, New Jersey. You will clearly hear the former president as he is speaking to several people. According to the special counsel's indictment, they include a writer working on Mark Meadows' memoir, the publisher, and 2 of Trump's staff members. The president was aware he was being recorded. This is the first time it is.
Okay, just think about that. Think about that. If what you're going to hear is as bad as what we're being told, he knew he was being recorded. What the fuck does that say about Donald Trump? If he knew he was being recorded and he's about to admit to crimes that could lead to an espionage charge.
Being played publicly.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, you know, against you.
Well, it started right at the beginning.
Like when Milley's talting about, oh, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in.
That's right.
Trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Milley, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked at some. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. Pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Wow.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Except it is like highly confidential. Secret. This is secret information. Look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time.
Hillary.
she'd send
Private
it,
email.
no, she'd send it to
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner,
Yeah.
the pervert.
Please print.
By the way, isn't that incredible? Though?
Yeah.
I was just saying because we were talking about it, and you know, he said he wanted to attack Iran and what. These are the
You did.
papers.
It's
This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out
it. See, as president, I could have declassified
Yeah.
it. Now I can't, you know, but this is
Yeah,
classified.
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so, here and I have, and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible. right?
No,
Hey, bring
they
some
never had a
bring some
board. They
Cokes in,
didn't want
please.
it.
Today's episode is brought to you by bhnshop.nz. Yep, that's right. Big Hairy News has merch that enables you to both support what we do and allows you to voice your political opinions via the international medium of clothing. Head to bhnshop.nz for this month's drop of either If the Left Vote, the Left Wins, or Christopher Luxon, not a businessman, just a board member, with free delivery in New Zealand. This month's drop ends July 20th, so be quick and head to bhnshop.nz to make your order and support what we're doing to fight mis and disinformation this election cycle. That's bhnshop.nz. Bring some Cokes in, please.
Yeah.
No, I can't. You know.
I'm disappointed that he said Cokes and not
Right.
Coke.
I'm sorry that this is a bit faded, but that's how CNN does it. I just want to look at these lines, right?
Yeah.
This is talking about being declassified information. This is what the staffer says. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to. Trump says declassify it. Staffer says figure it out. Yeah. Trump says, see, as president, I could have declassified it. The staffer laughs. Now I can't, but this is still a secret.
This is why his lawyers keep quitting. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's a surprise that his lawyers aren't just throwing themselves out of windows. Wow. Do you think
Well,
this
there
is
you
one
go.
of those things where the judge just goes, "Oh, that's it. I've had enough. Straight to jail.
And
Straight to
remember,
jail. Directly to jail."
some of his defenders were trying to claim AI voices, that kind of stuff. It's all fake. Trump's never claimed that. Now that the world heard it, perhaps you'll see in the next few days he'll start trying to claim AI voices. But there are people in the room. And I'll say it again, according to CNN, he knew he was being recorded. That wasn't a secret recording. And that's, I mean, like, we don't know what's going to happen in a court of law, but it sounds like Chewy, if we, just in case you don't know that we're broadcasting live, would you like to admit to any serious crimes like a murder or something right now? Just so you know, we are broadcasting live. Would you like to admit to anything? I mean, just while we're doing it.
I would decline at this stage. Thank you.
Okay, good. Smarter than Donald Trump, and he was the president of the fucking United States. I want to play one more clip, and this is actually what's his name, George Conway, husband of Kellyanne Conway, who is a lawyer as well, and of course he loves getting on a part of the Lincoln Project to slam Trump anytime he can. But he is a lawyer, though. Let's hear what this lawyer had to say about what we've just heard.
George, how damning is this for the former president, do you think?
Well, they special counsel already had Trump dead to rights because we knew this tape existed in some form. But to actually hear a former president of the United States committing a felony, probably multiple felonies, on audio tape while laughing about it is something I think it's just stunning. And I just don't see how. I mean, I can understand exactly why Trump's legal advisors think that this really changes the complexion of the case, because I just don't see how a jury is going to, I don't know how you can explain that in front of a jury. I mean, he's waving around a document, he's saying it's confidential. It is almost by definition, one of the most confidential things you could possibly have, which is, the off-the-shelf plan to attack a potential enemy of the United States of America. I mean, that's very, very valuable top secret information. It's something that the Iranians would probably pay tens of millions of dollars for. It's something that they, that if it ever got into the wrong hands, it would lead to the deaths of American servicemen if the Iranians were able to prepare for an attack and they knew what the attack was going to be, if they knew what the options laid out in this Pentagon document were. It is just, and how the fact that he is just so absolutely cavalier it's just sociopathic. I mean, this man has no respect for rules, no respect for the lives of other human beings, no respect for the country, no respect for the Constitution, no respect for his duties. He is a sociopathic criminal, and this is just another nail in the coffin it's just another thing that's going to put him away.
And of course, as with all Americans, we enjoy very much that he said the word duty. He said duty.
I'm
there you
just
go.
shocked. This is just such a revelation that he's all those things, and like literally no one picked this years ago, that this was going to be a disaster.